Carnales de Calibre 45, y bueno, nos encontramos con una banda que le ha ido bastante bien, tienen muchos seguidores aquí en la República Mexicana, se van a estar presentando el día de hoy. Ellos son The Devil's Wears Prada. First of all, thank you very much for your time in this interview.
Oh, thank you for having us.
Cool. So, how do you feel your first time here in Mexico?
Oh, it's awesome. Like, the country's so different from the U.S. Like, our first experience here is just like coming here and just noticing all these little details, things that are different about the country, you know, that have never had the ability to experience before. It's
also,
quite interesting.
The kids here seem like crazier, like more fun than in the U.S. Like, they just are absolutely awesome. Like,
especially they're more appreciative of like bands, you know, because it's not often that bands get to come down here, but you know, when they do, the kids are just like, you know, so excited. It's awesome.
Cool. Well, we just finished 2007. How can you describe 2007 for The Devil's Wears Prada?
It was actually a really crazy year because like we've just been blowing up over the last like 2 years, and it's all kind of like unexpected. So we had an album come out in August, and that's been doing like really well. It's selling really well. So
which is amazing because it's like a sophomore album, which is always like that dreaded. You know, everybody's scared, is it going to be as good as the old stuff? But actually, you know, the sales are showing that, you know, kids are enjoying it, and they're always coming up and asking us to play songs off that record, more so than the last one even, so that's always a blessing.
And talking about how you came with the ideas of the lyrics of this Plagues album, how can you describe it if you compare it with the first one?
Our singer Mike writes all the lyrics, but I know on the last one he just kind of pieced things together more, like different ideas, but with this one he more or less had a theme in mind with every song. He just wanted to like tell a story almost with every song, so I think people can relate to the lyrics a lot more on this one.
And talking about the visuals in the video, Hey John, what's your name again? Why did you decide to express this kind of visual things in the video?
Well, I mean, the lyrics are obviously forward as much as saying that, you know, Jesus will forgive all your sins. You know what I mean? The kid in the video, he, you know, shot a bird down and instantly realized that it was something he would not want to partake in and wished that he could take it back. And the only way that that could happen is if he were to ask for forgiveness. And not so much that the bird in the video would just die and that would be that, but the bird was actually, the problems were fixed. You know, the bird came back to life, and you know, his problems were solved and his sins were forgiven. And it goes very well along with the lyrics of the song.
And I think that a great thing is that you talk about your religious beliefs. Some of the bands that have the same belief that you, some of them don't like to talk about it on their albums, and you do.
That's kind of why we do it, because like a lot of those, we're fans of those bands, but like if you wouldn't know they were a Christian band, like you wouldn't even know. They never talk about it. They don't say anything on stage. They don't say anything like in their lyrics and stuff. And it's like, what's the point? If you have something to say, then just say it, you know? So that's what we try and do, is just tell people what we believe. If you're not cool with that, you know, that's fine. Like, we still want you to get into music, and like, I don't know.
And how do you see the progress of Christian bands, rock bands?
Christian rock bands, I don't know. They seem to be showing up more and more. I don't know if that's a rise in it, you know. But I would say I do see it a lot more often these days, and which is a good thing. You know, I'm glad that that people are willing to be open about their religious beliefs and be able to show it to all kinds of kids all over the world. You know, as long as they're CDs are all over the place, you know what I mean? Yeah.
So. Anything, just the fact that it's a more positive thing rather than just a negative, like, death thing. Like, heavy music is always associated with like death and darkness and stuff like that. It doesn't have to be like that. You can still play that music and have something nice to say.
Yeah, that's true. And now, a great challenge for you this year is the Warped Tour. You're going to be in the Warped Tour, right?
Tour, yeah.
How much of a challenge is for you?
It's definitely gonna be. I have a lot of friends in bands now, just from playing with them and stuff, and they've told me it's like the roughest tour they've ever done and stuff like that. But last year we were on Sounds of the Underground tour, which was a pretty big tour. It was similar, not as big, but still long drives and rough days, only we did that in a van. And we're doing this tour in a bus. So I assume it might be a little easier.
More comfortable.
Yeah, exactly. So
that's important. You have to have like the Warrior warrior side when you're in a rock band. I mean, to go in a highway and okay, let's pick a band and let's go around the country. I mean, some of the bands sometimes they forget to do that. They like get used to planes and everything, and the rock like scene is like on the bus.
Well, things happen so fast for us that we haven't even had time to really develop that attitude, which I think is good because we're still just like guys that are having fun doing what we're doing, you know what I mean, playing music. So that's really what it's all about for us.
Cool. Now, after this, I know that you're going to go back to Ohio. What are you going to do there?
Well, we're only going to be in Ohio for maybe like a week or so.
And you go back to...
We go right back out. We're doing a tour with Silverstein coming up here. And like we were talking about before, that one's actually in a bus. And then we're going to do our headlining after that. But we're back to a van for that one. To keep it real, I guess.
Do you have any plans to release another single after Hey John, What's Your Name?
We actually just released, it's called Reptar, King of the Ozone, on our MySpace. So I don't know if there will be a video or anything for that, but that would be kind of exciting.
Well, thank you very much for the time of this interview. Good luck for tonight. I know it's going to be great. The crowd is really expecting the show. So, thanks to Devil's Worst Prada. Hermanos, ya lo vieron. Vamos a continuar con Mándole Cambio. Estamos aquí en Calibre 45.